Hi, not yet dead here. Welcome back to No Man's Land. I've sort of skipped through a day. I'll talk about that in a minute. Second day of winter, still early winter, but already the first flurries of snow are falling, which actually means we better get a wiggle on. So yeah, a few bits to talk about, but first, actually, the urgency is the sheep. The cleanliness is really low. I did give them, I'm sure I gave them water yesterday, and already, but at least if I clean them up and give them some grass and hay, need to feed the chickens. Yeah, so I gave all the animals water yesterday morning. Oh my God, and it's already okay. Which is, you see, this is a problem now because that means there's already snow on the ground, and already it's going to be tricky to clean up the sheep. Oh yes, I know. So let's go grab the Massey. Oh, it's snowing in my shed. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, so I was busy yesterday. I fed the animals, or well, I watered the animals in the morning, and looks like we'll be needing snow ploughing equipment sooner than I thought. Where is? Yeah, here it is. Kind of excited to be in the snow though, even if it is slightly inconvenient timing. I'm guessing that manure spreader may not be of an awful lot of use for us. We need to be pretty quick actually, because we can't allow, yep, already too late. Should be all right. Ooh, hay pellets. It does tend to, sometimes if you've got snow, or it used to be at least, if you got snow in your trailer before you'd got anything else in your trailer, that you then couldn't put anything in it. But I think they've done it now so that if actually whatever's in there gets swamped by something else, then it changes the fill type, which is a bit of a relief. Let's face it. Wow, snow already. Crikey. Okay, so I was kind of hoping that might be ready by now, but not yet apparently. Yes, it's making it even more obvious where I messed up. Oh. Sorry. Had I already returned the split trailer? Because I was thinking I need to get rid of. What I've done is I bought these. Two of these. One forage, one not. I actually bought them both as forage, and then of course forage that doesn't include TMR. So I changed one. I hadn't realised that oh, my battery's going on my headphones. I've just done another video, and I've just gone straight into another one. My battery's going low. Yeah, I must have done. Okay, fine. Then I can get rid of the mod because I'm not using it. That really is filling up quite quickly. But that may mean I tried to do some weeding yesterday. Oh, and I meant to get rid of the weeder before the night. The ground's frozen. I can't weed. I might not even be able to plough. So I and I won't be able to slurry while there's snow on the ground. So, or manure spread rather, while there's snow on the ground. So I kind of need to fairly quickly then return anything that I'm not going to be able to use while the place is snowy. If it's leased, it may as well go back. Whoa, slippery slidey. Wow. Okay. Right. Bear with me a second. There we go, done. Right. Now, this could be tricky. I'm going to leave the trailer here a second. part of the reason that the food situation is probably quite so dire at the sheep will also be due to the fact, thank you. I'm not sure I agree with it, but thank you. The reason that it's still mucky here at the sheep's, normally what happens when it snows is if your pasture feed area, blah, whatever you want to call it, is on, that's a bit of a snag, isn't it? Yeah, look, we're just clearing snow. Is it gets covered in snow, and then actually you have to be clean beforehand. But seriously, really, come on. Okay, this is going to get a bit annoying. Then you can actually keep, for the entire duration of the time that there's snow on the ground, your feed areas stay completely clean, because the game can't drop hay, or the grass rather, where there is already material on the ground. You can't mix material on the ground. And so actually with seasons, it usually is that if they're clean before it starts snowing, which is what I was hoping I'd be able to do and didn't, because the snow's falling pretty heavily, pretty fast, then then I wouldn't need to clean them again. But actually, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, the feed areas don't get covered in snow, which is something of a shame in some ways, because A, it doesn't look very good, but B, also means that I'll have to keep clearing them all the way through the winter, which also means I shall have to keep clearing the bleeding snow. Pardon my whatnot. So I might even need to use something of a larger size in terms of implement. But I've got the wheel loader. It's not a lot, there's not much muck here actually. I've got the wheel loader and the big actually it's technically a snow bucket. So that could be the way to clean these areas a little more efficiently, because I can shift greater quantities of snow quicker. So talk a little bit about, basically there's not going to be a great deal to go on at the farm, to be honest. And so to talk a little bit about, I picked up the grass, but it automatically made it into snow, because the snow suddenly overwhelmed the amount of grass that was there. So that should be 2 of them. Now, cleanliness 91%, okay, that's better. Actually, the cleanliness of all of them isn't that bad anyway. It's more about, and I suppose it's probably improved by the fact that it's snowing, because all of a sudden, perhaps there was more widespread grass on the ground, which now isn't, because it's been covered with snow. There's not a lot to do farming-wise at this point in time. So I actually spent yesterday landscaping. And if I get time in this video, I'll show you what I did. But I thought I don't normally show you the clearing out the animals, but I thought there's not a lot else going on, to be honest. So I thought we'd just do a little bit of a, video chat about, me clearing the animals and doing all that jazz. I've got something else as well as, it sort of is still landscaping, I suppose, but I have got something else that I can do, which I might do on screen as a talkie video rather than a time-lapse. I might do some time-lapse landscaping. I didn't time-lapse what I did yesterday because, to be honest, it was pretty repetitive and I think would have been a bit dull. Not to go into the fact I actually redid it quite a few times, but just to get what I wanted right. Which it pretty much is. I'm quite pleased with it, so I hope people like it. But yeah, well, and now the snow's here. Well, that brings an edge. That's something else, because that means we need to clear the roads, do a bit of gritting, a bit of snow ploughing, all that kind of jazz. So that'll be kind of fun. We've not long had, though actually to be honest, by the time this video comes out, it will have been quite long probably. We've not long had the new NMC snowplows for the Volvo bulldozer, or wheel loader, I suppose. And so we'll be getting that because the V-plow will do the roads beautifully and quickly, so that'd be kind of fun. There is also now then, what was it? There's an attachment, I think, for, sorry sheep. Genius. Yeah, there was something else that I was thinking I'd try. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but anyway. What I need to do is sort my house out, actually, and that probably ought to be my next landscaping job, but I still haven't decided where to put it. I had this idea that I'd put it opposite the yard, right opposite the yard, but then that would put it in the middle of that field, and on reflection that seems a bit daft, especially because it's actually really hilly ground and therefore will cost a fortune in landscaping. So I did kind of have this idea of having a sort of split level garden and blah blah, so I may yet do that just for that. But then I also thought maybe it would make more sense to put it down in the corner where the greenhouses are and put the greenhouses somewhere else, or move them. I don't know. Right, that's them cleaned up, so let's get them fed. And then we can move on. Sorry, no sheep were harmed in the making of this video, I promise. Oh, missed it. Oh, that was a mistake. I didn't really want to do that. Or that. I love this map in the snow. It looks so good. To be fair, most maps look pretty decent in the snow, but there's something about the desolation of no man's land. You just suddenly get that sense of it's cold, it's windy, it's snowy. I just feel really isolated. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. Looking forward to the spring. Start getting loads of wool. It's going to be nuts. What's that building over there in the distance? There's the pub. Just can't tell. Anyway. Last one. At least by having scraped away the snow, I know which side the feed troughs are. Sorry, sheep. Yeah, it was never going to use many of those, was it? Did I mess up? Yeah, I did. Uh-oh. Sadly, of course, snow doesn't compact quite the same way as everything else does. Right, doesn't sort of spread. There we go. Hopefully they'll be starting. Yeah, there we go. All gone nicely green. I also need to feed the chickens. So the cow pasture's fine. We'll talk about the cow pasture in a minute. Dairy barn needs cleaning up. Water will be right, but my goodness me, they need some TMR and some straw. Okay. Old cow barn, they're still burning through their TMR, but actually, my guess is that they're going to start to run low soon. That would be my guess. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I kind of figured that at some point over the winter, they would use up their food and then we'll move them. That was always the plan, and I kind of figured it would probably be a winter job. So that's okay. Right, bye-bye sheep. See you later. Don't get buried in the snow. I don't know how much more snow we're going to get. Actually, it's going to stop snowing in 6 hours' time, but so that'll probably be a good time to clear the roads. Actually, there's not a lot of point in doing it beforehand, to be fair. Right, let's go take this back, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, driven over to the... Oh, that was weird. Driven over to the... Oh, no, I hadn't... Oh, that was stupid. I hadn't planned on doing that. There was a reason that was still in there. So, of course, because what happens is when you clean up your cows, you get silage. Oh, I still haven't painted the inside of this. I need to do that, actually. Yeah, when you clean up your cows, you get silage. Right, so I'm going to try and see if I can do that. I don't even know if it'll work. And of course, I don't particularly want silage. Oh, and it's already got snow in it. Damn it. Wow, this has a really, really wide pickup. That's not very helpful at all. Mind you, that should mean if I stay well into the edge. Oh, excellent. Slightly unrealistic, but okay. Yeah, because what happens is when you clean up your food areas for your cows, you get silage. But of course, I don't feed them silage. I feed them TMR. God, that's loud. It's awesome. And so the silage that never really gets used. It sort of does, but not really. So, 2 new Dudleys, or Doolies, don't tell anybody. I just thought that the issues that I was having with those trailers, let's leave the straw for a minute, with the double dump trailer, I do like be able to bring straw rather, and TMR over at the same time here. It's really handy. So I thought a couple of trailers that I can connect together of reasonable volume, but not crazy, they take ages to tip, would be handy. So that's what we've done. Bring it forward a little bit before it catches. Is that going to be all right? Maybe. There we go. That's the dairy barn sorted. Just need some straw. There's no straw. So yes, I fed the beef cows yesterday because I was trying out the trailers. So the underbelly dump, whatever it's called, thing. This will fit under here, right? Yeah, it should do. That was a bit tricky to use, and so I gave the pasture the benefit of the doubt, and got rid of the underbelly. The underbelly was having other issues, right? I couldn't empty it all the time. It was a bit of a nuisance. So that's gone. I'd actually forgotten I'd already got rid of it, so I may as well remove the mod, to be honest. I quite like it. If I just had it as a single, just for grain, it'd probably be all right. So I could always get it again in next summer when we're doing harvesting. But in the meantime, I don't need it. So, which is why I got these, because I thought if I have a couple of these, tip's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, tip is going to be a big problem, because it's gonna what's it out. Because it goes so far up before it actually starts to tip. It's going to collide with the roof, right? Or am I going to get away with it? Oh, I might just get away with it. Because to be fair, they don't need much. Okay, fine, all right. Good, yeah, I fed the chickens. I thought I might as well do that while I was there. Yeah, so anyway, so I bought these trailers, which I'd say work quite well. I'd say the tip's a bit slow, but other than that, they're fine. To be honest, I probably don't need this at the size I've got it right now. Sorry, cow. I don't need that kind of volume of straw. This is not easy. We've got enough room to manoeuvre. And so, so I thought I'd try these. I still had a tremendous problem finding the feed trigger and being able to get close enough to it, but such that when I tipped the trailer, it didn't move the trailer out, like the rear gate coming up didn't move the trailer out of the trigger, out of the feed trigger. It was a complete pain in the arse. It took me ages to do, but I did think about it since. I could try grain door, maybe with the grain door, because the back doesn't come out, it still tips, but it might be better. So I'm going to give it one more go. Next time I feed the cows, we'll see. If it still is a pain in the neck, we will, because I'll be getting an animal trailer at some point over the next few days anyway. If it's still a pain, I'm going to change the pasture. And I'll go for one of the open pastures, farm manually, to match the ones that I've already got, frankly. It's every time I do it, it's a real pain. So at some point, we'll get the old wheel loader out and we can clear some of this snow. Yeah, quite like these trailers, they're quite cool. It does now, of course, mean I've got 3 separate different feed trailers, which actually means maybe do I no longer need, oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Look, oh well, there you go. Snow masks. Yeah, it's slightly unfortunate because that now means I've got 3 trailers. I guess it means I don't necessarily need the Stuart. It's not the Stuart, it's a Lizard, but the Stuart, but it's not a Stuart. But I love that trailer, so I'm not going to get rid of it. I suppose I could always use it on a different map, maybe. Maybe that's what we do. But I think this works well. I quite like this setup actually. So yeah, quite pleased with those actually. I say the tip's a bit slow, but it's otherwise fine. You know, I'm not even going to empty them, frankly. I may as well just leave the stuff in there. I don't need them for anything else. In fact, I may as well fill it up, because actually while it's snowing, better to keep them full, and I'll just go and put them under cover. Keep them full, keep them ready, and so actually anyway, over the winter means it's worth keeping that Stuart one, because then I've got 2 ready with straw and TMR, and one that I can use for hay for the sheep and feed for the chickens. So actually works quite well. Right. Okay, I'll put the trays away. Later, as you saw, I did a little slip. So, this is what's new. Actually, I need to put the truck away. I was using it to test. This is no longer a road. Of course, seeing it in snow, I suppose we could, maybe next video we'll come and clear the snow away. We'll get a better look at it. But, yeah, it's no longer a road. It's now a track. Currently covered in snow, so you can't really tell. But anyway, and that, I've put a track in across there. That sort of predetermined route that Jim had on the map anyway. It was loose grass. It's now been completely retextured, as has this. And we have a river. We have a river that now connects our 2 lakes on the map. It goes all the way through the map. It's probably not the best time to see this, of course, because I've done a shed load of texturing on this and it's now just covered in snow. But anyway, you'll get to see that in the spring, I guess. Also means I don't need to worry about retexturing it until the spring, which actually, given the amount of time I spent on it, I'm kind of pleased about. I spent a heck of a lot of time painting. Yeah, this hedge I will probably change again, actually. I'm going to thin it out a bit. But yeah, so you've got a river that comes all the way down there. We've got a track that comes now up to here. So this is just a 3-road junction rather than a crossroads. It's just a T-junction. And our road, as was anyway, now comes all the way along the edge of our river. And our river goes all, I've changed its, I will drive across the grass. I've changed its direction. It used to come across here. This has now been retextured. I've put the grass back. I've put some hedges in, some plants, some flowers and wildflowers and stuff. This bit is as was, but if, again, I've textured it, which looks fantastic and you can't see it Just trust me, it looks amazing, obviously. And it now links all the way up, all the way to our Le River was. And actually, sliding. And again, you're not really going to see it, but we'll take a look anyway. I'll zoom in a little bit because this bit you'll need to see a little bit closer in. I've also tied up our 2 fields. So we've got hedge all the way around this field. There's a few gaps here and there around the edge of the farm. Go along our now snowy, bumpy track. So I've got hedge going all the way around. It's going to be a bit tricky in the snow. And again, you can't see the wonders of texturing that I've used, but you can see some of it, right? So there's a track now that goes down here between these 2 fields, which actually in the snow looks really good. There's the entrance to the 2 fields, or at least this one only has 1 entrance. At this point in time, I don't know if I'll change that. The track goes all the way down to the river. I've got ideas for that to be revealed. And then our track, this is best joined in cab, I think. So yeah, we've now got hedge all the way around this field. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be for me to do landscaping, to be honest, in the snow, but never mind. Just to see it, right? I certainly, there's no point texturing anything, can't see anything. But yeah, hedge all the way down, track all the way down the edge of the field, which again looks fantastic. Just trust me, we'll see it in the spring whether you agree or not. And meets up with the track that comes off the edge of the road here that we put in last year for last winter for our Christmas party. There was a track here, and the other entrance to the field is here. Hedge all the way around. I've textured all the grass back in around this bit. Our little Oxbow Lake here. I've done a little bit of texturing, excuse me. But there's a little bit more to do, and I've still got to texture all of this river, which I haven't done. I've only done part of the first bit of the new bit. But yeah, so that's the latest developments in terms of landscaping. I've been quite busy, and winter's a good time to do it. There's not going to be an awful lot else to do around and about, but I've got loads of landscaping things in mind. So how easy they'll be, given that we've now got snow, I'm not sure, because placeables are out. But I could start doing some of the prep anyway for some of them. Actually, one of the big projects I had in mind I now can't do, now it's snowed. There you go, at least it's stopped snowing, so I guess next thing maybe we'll do some snail playing, but that'll be on the next video. We'll do a bit of clearing, and but anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. First proper sort of farming in the snow, if you like, on no man's land. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. Please share the video, and otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.